FM Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Helen Appiah-Ampofo, and you're most welcome. I'll be your pilot this morning.
I like to sing it like this. You know this one? I say your love.
And you know how we like to do on a Friday morning? We're making sure the energy is high and the vibes are good. Well, the conditions, weather conditions, fairly dry as we speak, at least right here in Adesawe, Kanda. Could be different where you are. Do connect with us on our socials, and you can find us on X, on Facebook, and also on Instagram. We'll be speaking with Felicity Ahafianyo very shortly to get a sense of what Mother Nature has in store. And don't we just love it when Friday morning rolls around? You've been counting down to the end of the week, and here it is.
Sing it loud. I can't tell you for some reason. Come on, lift your voice. The God that can never fail. The God that can never lie. Oh, you mean it as you sing it. I can't hear you for some reason. Morire, morire, moranuka o. Oseminore, morire o. Morire, morire, moranuka o. Oseminore, morire o. I am very grateful, Lord. The things you do for me, Jesus. I cannot deny that. Say, Baba, I can't hear you singing. Somebody call.
I can't hear you singing. What a way to kick things off on a rainy, cold, windy Friday morning. I can't hear you.
Somebody calling. Somebody say, his name is mine.
I was almost going to say, with this medley that you are listening to, you don't need to go to church on Sunday. But Nala, you have to go. You must go. Sixtus Dong-Ullo, will you be attending church this coming Sunday?
Yes, it's a very important Sunday in the the Roman Catholic calendar.
I see.
Yes, it is Palm Sunday. It is
Palm Sunday.
The kingship of Jesus Christ is reinforced. That he is king of all, he is king of your life, he is king over everything that you are, including you. And so that submission, that humility, that giving it all up and out, emptying yourself. This is that Sunday that we go to remind ourselves that yes, we are nothing without Jesus, who is the King of all.
Will you be doing a palm procession?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Do churches still do that?
You can join us at the Thomas Aquinas Catholic Church.
You can also join me. You can also join me at the Ghana Police Church, 37. I remember the days where, especially in Sunday school, you want your creation to be the most exquisite. And then for some of us who are not artistic, you just take two slim, leaves, then you make a cross.
And make a cross.
That's all.
And then you tell yourself that you are the most religious.
Because yours is a simple cross. Others will weave, something extraordinary. Then you add some flowers to it. I know the kids get so excited. I used to get frustrated because I'll start with an elaborate plan because others are weaving and mine never used to turn out. So I get frustrated.
So you end up with a simple cross.
Just pluck 1, 2 and a cross.
But that's the beauty of it. That it doesn't matter how complicated your design is, you end up under the cross.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Now that we are sufficiently filled with the Spirit, we can get on to our matters of the day. We haven't been able to establish contact with Felicity Appiah-Ampofo, but I am on the Ghana Mets X page, and they do update that very frequently. I've got to say, shout out to Ghana Met, especially whoever handles your social media pages, in particular your X page. Very, very diligent indeed. Now, there was a rainstorm referenced yesterday. Some of you might have felt the fruits of said storm. But there's a weather warning in place, as there are still moderate to heavy thunderstorms forecasted over parts of the coast, middle, transition, and northern belt. Well, that sounds like the entire country. Well, as this day progresses, periodic sunshine will prevail across sectors of the country. Now, there is a likelihood of thunderstorms with or without rain affecting parts of the middle and transition belt, as well as isolated areas in the north from late afternoon into the evening. The coastal areas are also likely to experience thunderstorms with rain during the afternoon. Felicity, I've taken your job. And that was the weather from Helen Appiah-Ampofo, chief forecaster at 3 FM Sunrise on 3 FM 92.7. I didn't understand most of it, but Felicity, I hope I've done justice. The cracker said it might rain or it might not rain.
But that's one of my problems with the weather people. When they write the thing, it's almost as if you need them to understand. It's like if they write in plain language, you would think the job is easy.
No, they have to show you that they went to school for this.
No, just put it in plain language.
And that they trained for this. What I do like, though, again, with the social media pages, shout out to Ghana Med. They always, after the write-up, attach a picture.
The graphics.
The graphics, so you can clearly map out where you are affected.
And how you are affected.
That's right. So I really appreciate that. Temperatures, highs of some 32 degrees in the coast, 26 degrees Celsius minimum temperature, and so in the northern part,
we'll say what it will be very hot.
It will be very hot, not as hot as in the northern belt, 36 degrees maximum. Although might have been last week, I saw 40 degrees max.
Yes,
in the northern part of Ghana. You know, so it gets very hot.
At that time, we will say that it is boiling.
It is boiling hot. And you think about 40 degrees being quite hot. I think the hottest temperature ever recorded in recent history was in Iran. I think they experienced something like either 52 degrees Celsius or 57 degrees. What do you do in weather temperatures like that?
You just fetch a bowl of water, into your bedroom and immerse yourself into it.
Maybe you have to add some ice.
Whether you just be there, be in the water.
You boil yourself
and frequently change the water.
Yes.
That's
57
the only way out.
degrees Celsius.
You don't step out. You don't just be in the water.
All right. Well, hopefully nobody is in hot waters because a lot has been happening over the last few weeks in the motherland. We do have the papers in front of us. We'll run through the headlines and then we'll get into the details. The Custodian newspaper has this to say: High Court dismisses election petition against Ano Dompre. And he's the minority chief whip, and he's pictured on the front page. Also, stop using security agents to harass opponents. Baumia minority tell Mahama. Speaker Bagbing petitioned. And on the front page, you'll see a picture there of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia at Reverend Tim Forjo's house after the attempted arrest. There's a big picture there to go along with that story. I think Rev also tweeted that picture on his X page.
Have you seen the picture of the minority leader?
Okay, that's also on the front page.
Yes, he's a freshman. Oh. You see? No, so look at the photo.
The photo is not a bad photo.
At all. Freshman.
Reality has exposed NDC on the economy. Gideon Boako there. Sixtus, can you also see Gideon Boako?
No, I'm talking about the photo of the minority leader.
It's not a bad picture at all.
The editor made a good choice of the photo.
Yes. Although I'm not sure why they added him, because the story is about Baumia and Intim Forjo.
What's the caption beneath the picture?
It says, stop using security agents to harass opponents. Baumia minority tell Mahama. Well,
okay.
Afanyo Marking Honorable is the minority leader, so I suppose it's fitting. It's not out of place. CDM calls for unified response to Trump's 10% tariff on Ghanaian exports. The new publisher, beg your pardon, there's something going on in the air, say flu, the new publisher.
Helen, wherever you brought it from.
Sixtus, this one, dear, I blame you. I always blame parents with kiddie booms and kiddie bumps. They always have something swelling. Because the kids, you know how kids cough.
The community helps us. When our kids bring it from school, we also bring it to work, share with you. That's the only way. We are in this together. Oh.
We are. Ano Dompre wins court case challenging his electoral victory, and NDC bans party office in Mampong. Dr. Abdul Hamid honored for leading ARDA to new heights. Well, time check, it is some 16 minutes to the top of the hour, 7 a.m. We'll go on a very quick break. When we come back, we continue with the news review. Do not move an inch. I know Sixtus Dong-Ullo has a lot to say, as do I. You can also follow along on our Facebook pages so you never miss a beat. We will be right back.
Easter weekend with a promise to live life at Peduasi Valley Resort. Begin the weekend with sumptuous Good Friday special buffet as you groove to live band music. Then on Saturday, it's time to splash away. Join the ultimate pool party at Peduasi Valley Resort. Live DJs spinning the best tunes, a bouncy castle, cotton candy, and your kids' favorite cartoon characters for extra fun. Plus delicious lunch and dinner buffet. On Easter Sunday and Monday, we celebrate the restoration with grand feasts fit for royals. Stay in sync with our classic room promos and relax with our soothing spa offers. All this and so much more at Peduasi Valley Resort this Easter weekend. For reservations and inquiries, call 0540-125-555 or 0540-125-554. Peduasi Valley Resort. Live life.
3FM 92.7.
Review, we're getting into what the papers have to say. And Sixtus, you have the News Center newspaper.
Yep.
What is going on that side?
Darko's paper. And the front page says, TUC vows to resist ECG privatization. Baumia decries security intimidation, harassment. Well, the same picture we have there, the one that you were showing earlier. MTN unveils year-long strategy to transform SMEs. BOG CEOs of banks brainstorm over 100 basis points hike in policy rate. NDC doubles down on pledge to quickly end double track That is how the News Center newspaper, details-driven, captures the story. On the back page of the story, still the same MTN story.
All right. Let me take you also to 3news.com, and Boku is certainly still boiling, sadly. And Mahama Ayariga condemns Boku violence, urges peace after attack on his home. This one we caught wind of yesterday. Very unfortunate what is happening currently. Still no end in sight, Sixtus. And I think we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. For us who are not as close to the action or cloaked with the nuances about this, about these violent clashes, it almost feels sometimes taboo to weigh in on it because we're told, well, these are sensitive matters. But you say that all contributes to the violence that we see. This, kind of secret code. Don't talk about it, mind your business. But we cannot mind our business. This is happening on home soil. And we now know that some violence was at least unleashed on the home of Mahama Ayariga, majority leader. Now, Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga has condemned violent clashes in Boku that led to fatalities and the attack on his home. He calls for calm and respect for the peace process. The Majority Leader, Member of Parliament for Boku Central, Honorable Mahama Ayariga, has strongly condemned the recent violent confrontations between the youth and law enforcement officers in Boku. Now, the clashes, which reportedly resulted in fatalities, injuries, and the vandalization of his private residence, have raised concerns about escalating tensions in the area. In an official statement issued while on assignment outside the country, Mr. Ayariga expressed deep concern over the loss of lives and attempted burning of his house. He attributed the unrest to mounting frustrations among the youth over the pace of resolving the long-standing chieftaincy issues in Boku and alleged misconduct by certain law enforcement officers. So, Sixtus, is that really at the core of the violent clashes, chieftaincy issues? Is that all that is going on in Boku?
You see, I spoke about how we have even lost the plot in the conflict. A lot of us don't even know what is happening anymore. You enter into the areas and you randomly ask young people, why are you fighting? We don't know. Because we have heard all sorts of narratives. It is chieftaincy, it is land, it is what? No. So, even if it's chieftaincy, for how long are we going to fight? And by the time whoever wants to be chief becomes the chief, will there be anybody to chief over? There'll be no one else left. So, Helen, the point is that if we want to trace the roots of the conflict, it may be chieftaincy, it may be land, it may be whatever it is, it does not matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. The last time I was listening to, in fact, somebody called me to talk to me about the conflict.
Right.
I think it was an interview we did with some of our security analysts. And that day, we had a lengthy one on the Boku conflict. That was the time they were killing people on the highway. The Baumia's hometown was the Wale Wale stretch. Boku, Wale Wale. There was a period just recently.
That's
the
right.
highways were not safe. They were killing people and robbing, and the videos were not pretty at all. And we had some analysis. Then somebody called me. I was trying to explain to me why our analysts were wrong, and that our analysts don't understand what is going on in the area. And after he spoke, the question I asked him is, so who understands what is going on? Because we keep shifting that this is the reason we are fighting. Tomorrow it becomes this. The next day it goes to that. And we keep on and on and on and on. The only common denominator is that lives are being lost. So does it really matter anymore what the problem is? Can we not just sit together and say that, let's move on. Enough is enough. The I must admit that there's been too much politics in this as well.
Too much politics.
Too much partisan politics in it. Because we have also seen and we've heard the narratives that, when NDC is in power, this is what happens. There's peace here. There's chaos here. When MPP is in power, there's peace here. There's chaos here. My people, why are we allowing NDC MPP to dictate to us who we kill, who we slap, who we insult, and who we call our brother? For what reason? I mean, the political parties come and go.
That's right.
It's a 4-year to 8-year stretch. They are gone. President Akufo-Addo right now is enjoying his retirement.
That's right.
Whatever decisions he made or may not have made, which affected any faction in this conflict, you are on your own. The man is enjoying his old age. He is at peace with his family.
His grandchildren,
grandchildren will visit him every morning.
They will not be involved in the
at all,
fracas, the violence,
at all,
the strife,
at all. Every morning he wakes up. If he's a coffee person like you and I, they'll bring him his coffee.
He'll tune into sunrise. He'll relax.
He will listen to us and laugh at us and say, we don't know what we are about. He's enjoying his retirement. You've lost your brother in the conflict. Probably your father has been killed. Probably the only breadwinner is gone. That pain is still in your heart.
That's right.
The president of the time is enjoying his retirement. The vice president is enjoying his retirement. Well, he's not enjoying because he wants to come back.
He should be, but he has a lot of
because he's thinking about how to come back.
Brain.
So I don't think he's really enjoying. I think that he's still getting stressed.
At least he has sons. They're not going to go and engage in this.
The defense minister, the interior ministers who came through the 8-year span, they are having their peace of mind. It is you. It is you, we the people. So what is all this about? President Mahama is on now. He will go. In the next 4 years, President Mahama has no tenure to renew.
That's right.
He is going. When he goes, he will enjoy his retirement. The Honorable Mahama Ayariga will go one day, or he may lose the election one day. You are there. And I made this statement somewhere that if we fail to arrest this conflict whilst the Honorable Mahama Ayariga is Member of Parliament for the area, then we will never find peace for Boko. Because the Honorable Mahama Ayariga belongs to both factions in the conflict.
When you say that, how do you mean?
His father is from one side, his mother is from the other side. So he's a typical definition of I belong to both sides.
And do you have a lot of products of both sides?
Yes.
Is that common?
Yes.
So the two factions that are fighting still find the locus to come together to
we
produce.
We are killing ourselves. So, you are Helen.
That's right.
You are on one side. I am Dong. I'm on the other side. Your mother and my mother are related, but you're on the other side. Or your mother and my uncle are related, but you're on the other side. So if I get up one dawn out of anger, come and burn down your house, I've burned down my house. If you wake up one morning and cross over to my side and burn down my house, you have burned down your house. And for us, we cherish the extended family system.
That's right.
Everybody is related, and we are so closely knit that you can't say that, there's my uncle's mother's brothers, daughters, sisters, fathers, mothers, grandfathers, so I have nothing to do with him. We trace it. We trace it. And we are able to trace up to that point. So the sad part is that The factions involved are relatives.
These are not strangers.
They are not strangers. So what is it?
What are the real what will the real repercussions look like if this conflict is not resolved once and for all for the entire country? Or is it a case that whatever is going on will be relegated to Boko?
No. There's a strain on the national budget for one. Why the soldiers there, the police there, the forces there? How do you think they are fed? The operational cost, who bears it? It's all of us. It's not only the people in the conflict zone. All of us bear that cost. So it's not like it's a Boko matter. No, we should all be interested. It's not a Boko matter. So even if you think that, I'll never go there, there's no, how does it concern me? Yeah, one day do conflict levy.
Because at that point we would have spent so much to resolve.
We have already spent so much. And it's not only Boko. So if the people are daring enough to now begin attacking the political figureheads, that should send a signal.
A worrying signal.
Yes. That now, we have attacked ourselves enough. We are now looking at the top. And those at the top who are funding this, who are fueling this should be a wake-up call. I am not saying that the Honorable Mahama Yarga is funding this,
right,
or is fueling it. If for nothing at all, I have followed his lamentations. He, as a media person, I have interviewed him a good number of times. He has, in fact, in the dying hours of the Akufo-Addo administration, we heard him, we saw him in the space, how he was lamenting over budgetary allocations, questioning how allocations were made and where the money went to, and he was talking about how needless those allocations to the military were and how they needed to pump that money onto the ground itself to be able to sustain livelihood and business and all of that. Because
that's another aspect of it. Joblessness.
Business is gone. The economy is not growing.
Right.
Professionals are leaving, if they haven't all left already. I know a number of people who have left. In fact, somebody was speaking to me the other day. He said that now at this point they don't even bother writing. If you are a security person, for instance, if you are any of the security services, you can't just get up and leave your posts. That's right. You have to go through a process. If you leave your post, you be considered a deserter. So you have to write, to go through a process. They will approve before you can step out. But now I hear they just get up and move. They don't care anymore.
And in fact, nobody even can be graduate because, what process are you going to wait for if your life is at stake?
It's in danger. Teachers, nurses, doctors, they are not accepting posting. Those who are there are managing. We shouldn't be where we are.
Then you can imagine NSS if you were to be posted anywhere close to the action.
I'm saying that even the people from the area will not want to accept posting to the area. So who will go? So, you see, these are the things that should make us sit back as a people and tell ourselves that this is needless. Enough is enough. We don't want to do again. Whoever is bringing you money to fight. How can you farm? You farm at the end of the farming season. The first thing you want to do after your sales is to buy a gun. Why? You have farmed, though. You have made money, God has blessed you with the rain, proportionate to the sunshine. Your crops have done well. You've had a good harvest, a good market. You made good sale. You collected the money. You put it together, bunch, plenty. Then the first thing on your mind is where to get a gun to buy.
This is how deeply rooted the desire to continue this conflict is in the minds of the young people.
Yes. And in some of the instances, I mean, the few that I have interacted with, they are also thinking about self-preservation.
Okay.
Because I'm in my house, there are gunshots outside my house. I met one young doctor who narrated he's not in the region, and in fact he's not even in the country.
Right.
He has an appointment that takes him in and out of the country. And he described how they could sit in the room and be hearing gunshots just outside the wall. And in some of the instances, you hear the bullets hitting the wall and you are in your room.
Goodness.
So in some of the cases, it's also self-preservation.
Okay.
That I also need something to protect myself. So that if I sit in my house and somebody wanders into my house, I can also shoot back.
Right.
And save myself and my family. That is not where we want to be. It is not where we want to be.
Very worrying.
So as much as I'm worried, I am so disturbed about the attacks on the house of the Honorable Mahama Ayariga, Majority Leader. I also think that it should send a signal to the political class that when the people are tired of fighting themselves, it is you they will come for. And it's the same scenario we keep building around the problems along our major traffic intersections. You see the boys and girls there who are begging, those
That's
who
right.
come and pretend to be wiping your windscreen. If you don't give them something, then they slap your car and then they move. They started by targeting a certain kind of cars. If your car is tinted, it looks posh or polished enough. It's as for us, we the saloon car people, they were not even minding us. They were looking at you, the V8s.
Four-wheel. Let's start with the
drives.
four-wheelers.
The perception is that if you are in a four-wheel drive,
That's right.
you are either a government person. In fact, you are a big man. It doesn't matter where you are. The perception is that you are a big man. So when they see you in such a vehicle, they run to you. You can be in traffic in your car, the car next to you, you see all of them run to that car. They swarm that car. This one is doing that, but nobody is minding you. They are judging you by the looks of your car. But now they are going beyond that. They no longer go to the big cars. Even the rickety ones, the ones that the sun is so hot, you have no air conditioning, you roll down. That one too, they still come to you. That is where we are headed. That when they are fed up, when they are done with the people that they think is their problem, then they will extend to the rest of us. Because when they see you driving a car, you embody their anger, that you are the reason they are on the street. It's the same scenario here. Once you find yourself in the political class, the people will see you as a part of the reason why the conflict is not ending. Whether you are guilty or not, they don't care.
That's right.
And they will come for you. So it is in your interest. Whether you are from the north, you are from the south, you are from the west, you are from the east, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's very
I am
worrying.
from Upper West. But when you are insulting me here, you say you Nordna.
First of all, that has never happened, but I follow the conversation.
No, Helen, you've heard me countless occasions trying to educate people.
Yes, because that's all they say. Oh, he's a Northerner.
He's a Northerner. So me, right now, I have embraced it. I am a Northerner.
I think that should be the reverse. Why? Oh, she's a Southerner.
No, but you see, they never say you are a Southerner.
We should start.
They say, oh, you are a Fanti. Or you are an Ewe. They never say you are a Southerner. But it is always said, you are a Northerner. In fact, there are people today who don't know the difference between Upper East and Upper West.
And that is not good.
At all.
That is not good. We say this in jest, but it is not good.
It is
at
a
all.
serious problem. So if you are a member of parliament in the Upper West region and you sit down and say, oh, but it is Boko, What have I got to do with Boko? I'm sorry for you. I'm so sorry for you. Because in the mind of the onlooker, you are not from Upper West. You are in Ordna. So it is in your interest to make sure to contribute to the resolution of the conflict. So I expect to see the Upper West caucus of members of parliament, the Upper East caucus, the Northern Region caucus, the Savannah caucus, the Northeast caucus. I expect to see all of these come together in an attempt to find lasting solution to the conflict, not just in Boko, but in all of the areas that there's conflict within our zone. I expect to see that. They have attacked Mahama Yarge's house today. Is Baumia's house safe? It's a question I'm asking. Is Baumia's house safe? Is Kabiru Kunzo, what's the name again? Kabiru Tia, the former advisor to
Dr.
Baumia, who went on to become member of parliament for Wale Wale.
Very contentious elections.
Yes, from primaries to the national election.
That's right.
Is his house safe? All the political figures in Boko, are your homes safe? All the businessmen in Boko or people of Boko descent who are doing well for yourselves. Even if you are not living in Boko, you are living in Accra, you have businesses, you have families.
That's right.
Are your families safe? So ask yourself, is it in your interest to contribute to a resolution of the conflict or not? I'm asking. Just ask yourself.
Questions that deserve answers. But Sixtus, expanding on this a little bit more, this issue of partisan politics permeating every single fiber of this society. As you watch on with these developments, how worried are you about the way in which we are handling ourselves, the way we are so entrenched in a particular position based on party lines? Where we're headed, does it make you feel comfortable?
Not at all. So the only thing that would come between a brother and a brother in our town is politics, party politics. I mean, a brother and brother are united against the world, or a sister and a sister are united against the world. It is two together against all. That's the expression. But the only time you see the two of them disagree is if one is in NDC, the other is in MPP. And a lot of the times the disagreement is not pretty. Which is one of the reasons why, I'll say this on air. The Jinapos, we keep, anytime in our circles we are having conversations, we say, well, the Jinapos have set a good example for all of us. One brother is in NDC, doing well for himself. The other brother is in NPP, doing well for himself. Are they able to sit at table with their parents, with their family, and have dinner and argue peacefully over one policy that NPP has initiated that NDC is strongly against? So take, for instance, the e-levy conversation.
Right.
At the time NPP was in power, NDC was in opposition. So John was in opposition, Samuel was in power. And John was against e-levy, Samuel was for e-levy. So anytime they met at dinner table, what was the conversation like? And I think that it's something that our political scientists have to study and probably help. It probably will help us reduce the conflict. That if the example of the Jinapos is anything to go by, then the same way politics is dividing us so sharply, we may just be able to use that same politics to reunite the country. You
say we are too sharply divided.
I mean, the fact that it is NDC, the MPP man is against it.
Whatever the case is.
What good can come out of Jerusalem? And Israel, and Bethlehem.
It worries me. It worries me so much. And if you're watching on Facebook, you can see some visuals there of what happened in the Boku area.
So imagine just look at the land, Helen. Just Kunzo, go back. Look at the piece of land. Just look from here. You see how vast it is.
Yes.
But you also see how deserted. It looks like a desert.
So in other words, this is arable lands that should have teeming, strong youth working on the land, tilling the land, contributing to the economy. But the reverse is that we have to enter our coffers to
all those
support what is going on.
Who would have been on this land, on the streets of this Accra, doing kayaye, truck pushing, sending money back home to their vulnerable parents who are home. So you've left this. I mean, all you would probably need to turn this land into money would be maybe fertilizer.
Because I'm looking
maybe
beyond, and it looks green, right?
Yes.
I'm
so
looking
beyond this, you see the greenery.
Yes.
Yeah. And if it is this parcel of land we are fighting over, we kill ourselves. Who tills the land then? Who?
So when you say this is something that affects us all, it goes even beyond how much money we are pumping into conflict management.
Our food sufficiency and food security. If you know Northern Ghana very well, if you know Sola Tona Kalba constituency very well, between Sola Tona and Kalba, the stretch of land there, it's not a small one. In the Americas, those are the stretches you see them use as rice farms, as maize farms,
right,
as whatever can grow there. You see, then they will do it and export it to us. Meanwhile, we have the same resource. The only reason we are not utilizing our own is that we are disagreeing over who owns it and who doesn't own it. And the one who owns it, after fighting for it, what are you using it for? Just see. So if you are in Accra and you say that it doesn't concern you, I'm sorry for you. You are lost. You are lost.
It must concern you.
It must concern you. Yeah, see, so whose house is this?
So I'm not sure that we're not.
Yes.
I don't know whose home that is. I think these are just scenes of the area. I don't know if it was a particular person's home. No intel as to exactly what we're looking at. I don't know whose home that is. But these are scenes from and around the area. You see how deserted it is.
See the smoke.
Okay.
You see the smoke.
My goodness.
And you see the unit of the house. And this is how we construct our homes. You know, I told you we are very deeply rooted in this extended family system. So you see the stretch. This will be more than 10, 15 rooms.
Okay.
You see? So don't be surprised that you enter this house and you have the grandfather there, you have the grandmother there, you have the fathers and the aunties and uncles and everybody in here. Don't be surprised. So that is an entire family, right from the grand level to the latest level, the newest level. You see, all of this. So how are the people supposed to restart their lives? We are already poor. Yes, in our parts of the world, we also believe in communal labor. The community will come together and put something together for you to live in. But it's the same community that is fighting you, the same community that has come to burn it down. So which member of the community is coming to put this back together? Which member?
This is troubling. You can see on Facebook, again, if you're watching 3FM 92.7, you see scenes of what happened yesterday, but this is just what has been happening. Burning of homes,
we missed
properties.
One golden opportunity. I already spoke about the Mahama Ayaraga factor and how if we miss that, then we may never be able to bring peace to Boko. And in the just past administration, the Interior Minister, a Northerner, the Defense Minister, a Northerner, So Nitiwu was defense minister.
That's right.
Ambrose Derry was defense minister. Ambrose Derry was defense minister for like 7 years. He was removed in the dying days of the administration. And Henry Kote brought in, right? So defense minister, these are key positions.
That's right.
2 key positions. So if the defense minister was communicating with the interior minister, communicating with the member of parliament for the area, how is it that we're not able to resolve this? And it would appear our only solution is curfew. There's a curfew that has been on a town, always renewed. The only time we hear any action from government is that they are renewing the curfew. Is that our best strategy? So we missed it. We missed that opportunity when we were at the helm of affairs and we were dictating policy and we were influencing policy and we were implementing policy. We missed that opportunity to deal with this. Again, maybe because of party politics. Was Mahama Ayarga able to deal with the Minister for Defense, Dominic Nitiwu, at the time, and the Interior Minister, Ambrose Derry, at the time? Were the 3 of them able to put their NDC MPP aside and speak to the issues and deal with the issues?
Because what signal then would that send if they're able to collaborate effectively?
I think we are always interested in, it was during the NDC time that the conflict was resolved. It was during the NPP time that this thing happened. It's the same conversations we've had with Free SHS. Because it was an NPP initiative, any other opinion that came did not matter. To the point that everybody was calling for a review of the program. And Chinchina, they said, no, it is good. It is our policy. We are the only people who know how to implement it.
What happens, we pick a side, and no matter what, even in the face of evidence,
what is killing us,
we say, no, it is good. I mean, if there's something, you belong to a party and there's a policy that you disagree with, as a human being, what are your own innate desires? What is your own belief?
Because we lack principle in our politics. We lack principle in our politics. We are all sadly looking at what we get individually and personally for ourselves and our families. That is all we are interested in. So if towing this line is what will give me what I want, then I'm on that line. Rain or shine, I cannot disagree. I mean, even in the media, Helen, in the media, for those of us who have the privilege of the microphone, can impact lives, can change views, shape opinion. When we collect something small from a politician, how does that influence our views towards that politician?
Sixtus, I like that this line that you're towing, and I saw this on X recently. Somebody says they're quite worried about how closely media personnel tango with the political class.
Yes.
There must be that professional separation. Yes, we can all be friends. If I see you out and about, we can have a conversation. We might have a drink or a meal. But there must be that professional separation so that I'm not so closely tied to you or you to me that if there's something I must say about you, I cannot say it. They say, this is my sister, my father, this is my... No, we can be that. But once I'm at work, once I'm behind the microphone, if there's something you've done that I disagree with, I should be able to say, well, not a great policy by my estimation. But we find it so difficult.
So difficult. So in Team for Joy is in hot troubles, hot waters, right? If you were close to him, I mean, this is one story I'm comfortable using because he's presently the news, number one. Number two, I think there's a general consensus amongst all of us, whether you are NDC or MPP, that the man aired. His press conference was, what is that word?
Premature.
It was premature. No, there's this word that we like to use. where he is now, he shouldn't have been there.
Right.
We all agree on it. Whether we are NDC or MPP, we all agree on that. I mean, MPP, you will still defend it outside. Yeah. No. It is human rights, immunity and all. But when you go back to the room with the man and amongst yourselves, you will agree and admit that the press conference was needless.
That's why the tone has changed. It's gone from, we have, irrefutable intel. Maybe irrefutable was not used. Let me take that out. But we have intel that suggests something untoward that's happening. Or there was that kind of posturing that there was more to come, and yet that more never came.
Exactly. So, I mean, whether we are NDC or we are MPP, we all agree, or we are neutrals, so-called, we all agree that this man erred. And, I mean, being an honorable man, member of parliament, he should have by now gone behind closed doors to say that, look, this is all I have on this matter. Maybe it is not sufficient. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to town with it. But this is all that I have on this matter. If what I did was misleading, I am sorry.
I'm tired of this story because we have pressing issues. And if you think that a mere change of government, well, it's not mere. Today, my words are. If you think that a change of government, automatically means that all is well and that the problems that existed will automatically vanish, that cannot be the case. I do like that we've become so much more discerning that we are following the governance process as we go along. It's important that we don't lose sight of the many issues that we are plagued with. We have to support government to ensure that the policies they roll out, we interrogate it properly. We keep a keen eye on all the other issues that we were so keenly and firmly focused on before the change of regime. We have to keep the steam on all those issues. Galamsey, our forex issues, inflation. So for me, actually, after a while, this in Team Forger Honorable case has become one that is just too noisy, especially from where I sit. I see so much hypocritical posturing, so much deeply rooted partisan politics that it bothers me to no end. To no end. We have pressing issues as a country. When the country is flourishing, you won't even care what side of the divide you are, because your pockets will be flourishing, your jobs will be flourishing, your kids will be progressing. Ultimately, that is all that we want as a people. One people, one destiny. I cannot wrap my mind around it. What was bad yesterday is bad today, or should be bad today. We find all ways of contorting ourselves, our thoughts, even the law. We find a way to justify our thinking, align ourselves with those who also align with our ideology, even when we are faced with contrary evidence that we should be, interrogating even further. I don't understand on what path we're trying to go. Sometimes you have callers call, and it's like they're putting it to you. You can't put it to me. I have no horse in the race. I just want Ghana to flourish the same way that Godwin Asediba is flourishing. And we have the men. When it comes to Media General, we certainly have the men. And one of such men joining us in the studios, Godwin, sit in the middle seat for me, is Godwin Asediba. We are infinitely proud of your achievements. Good morning, Godwin.
Good morning.
Well, unless you've been
it's
living.
always the move for me.
That's his favorite color.
Yeah.
But okay, I was going to say no pocket square, but there's no space for the pocket
the
square.
designer forgot this time
He
around
forgot your signature.
He put his signature there.
Can you imagine?
He forgot about your
There
signature.
should have been an aesthetic here too,
An aesthetic.
There should have been an
Okay. All right. Let me do this properly. Unless you've been living under a rock, you might have heard that we have a winner on our hands. And Godwin Asediba is the recipient of the 2025 Michael Elliott Award for Excellence in African Storytelling. And guess what? You're the first Ghanaian to win this award.
Yes.
Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Woo! And let me tell you, I'm not even joking. I have goosebumps, Godwin. I have goosebumps.
Kunzo, where is the champagne?
I nearly cried on TV. Please don't.
Godwin, don't set me off. As soon as, Godwin, you work so hard.
Repeat that. The only African
No,
please.
Ghanaian.
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 Already, we have diplomatic issues to deal with.
We shouldn't
But
come
I'm
and
not
add
even
more.
finished with Spain. You want to invite the African continent?
Want to add South Africa to it?
But let me let me clear my throat.
Sorry.
Godwin Asidba is the 2025 recipient of the Michael Elliott Award for Excellence in African Storytelling. And I reiterate, he's the first Ghanaian to do this. I say give it up. 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 How does it feel, Godwin? Or this is just, I was so is it just another day in the land of Godwin?
This is a big international award. It's a big deal among investigative journalists. I know a number of journalists who have tried applying over the years but haven't gotten it. You get to a certain stage, and it's actually, the process is quite tough because once the story is submitted and then the panel goes through everything, it takes months. And then you get to a certain level, they would arrange for an interview with you separately, together with the other people who have made it to the final stage. So once the interview is done, you need to impress them. They need to monitor your communication skills, why you worked on the story, why you had to bring in this angle. I mean, you need to defend what you did. Yes, so I did all of that, and I guess it went well for me. Yes, so I feel happy about it. It's satisfying to know that the work I did here in Ghana is being recognized on a global stage. I would want to dedicate the award to the mortuary workers whom have allowed me to tell their stories. This story was a story I worked on in 2022, and after working on it, most of the people who spoke to me on the story, which is the mortuary workers, had to go through a lot. Others were about to lose their jobs. So working on it again in 2024 was a bit tough for me. Most of them didn't want to associate with me. So I had to find ways and means to go into the morgue myself, more like an update on the story. And when I went in there, the situation had gone from bad to worse. So I did my own filming and everything, came out, and then when the story was out there, people were still shocked that 2 years after I revealed the appalling state of the morgue, it was still turning bad, and it got a lot of reaction. Subsequently, I was told they were doing some renovation works in there, which is what I'm always looking at achieving at the end of the day. So I would want to dedicate the award to the morgue workers. I'm hoping that once this is on a global stage now, it will push for the morgue to be renovated completely to look like an ultra-modern one, because there's a looming health crisis coming from that space. And if you can remember, the morgue drains is connected to the Kwale Lagoon.
That's right.
Which ends up at the sea. And there are also fishermen who are catching fish there. Fishmongers are also buying to sell to community members. So it's just a lot of things happening in there, and I'm happy that the work has been recognized.
This award that you have received, what does it come with?
It comes with cash. And I'm also going to be working with The Economist for 2 weeks in London.
Oh my goodness. I love that. Give it up.
So I will be going in June, right after the working process, which is 2 weeks. There would be an award, a program for the award ceremony, where I'll finally be picking the plaque and then the cash as well.
That's amazing.
Yes,
that's
and connecting
amazing
with other people dignitaries who will be coming on board.
So this, I saw there was another gentleman as well.
Yes, Silas from Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes.
Omo Niger. It's a Ghana-Niger collab.
Nigeria has actually been winning.
Okay.
Yes, last year, I think about 2 Nigerians won. But I know there was a Nigerian in there, and they are doing massive. And see, Nigerians, they are not joking. And Silas, for instance, I was in South Africa with him for the African Investigative Journalism Conference. That was where we met, and we had a good conversation. Subsequently, we met in Nigeria, where I won the CGID Best in Community Reporting in West Africa. So we've actually been meeting and talking as well. So I didn't know he was part of the winners until we had a Zoom call, and then I saw his face. I was like, oh wow.
That's amazing.
He is actually my friend, so I'm happy for him as well.
What does 2025 have in store for you as far as your investigative journalism is concerned? There are other award schemes, some big ones, the Komla Dumont award. I think that the time frame to apply for that has closed officially. It has, yes.
It's been closed.
Did you get your foot in the door before it closed? Can you give us an
exclusive?
You want me to
say it now so that when I don't get it, people will come and say,
Godwin, if you don't get it, cry, you'll still be in London. Yes. You'll still be...
I've actually applied for the Komla Dumont award. This should be my 4th time.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I don't get anywhere. I really don't know what they are always looking out for. But, I think my stronghold is the storytelling.
Yeah.
That is what I am very good at. And usually they would ask for links to your YouTube to monitor. You don't know which story they are going to click on.
Okay.
You understand? In as much as some of my stories are very catchy, I do normal feature stories as well. Let's say I'm telling a story about the state of the Odo drain. That wouldn't catch a BBC person who is, watching. But if you click on something like Dreams in Shambles, Troubled Morgue, Married to Cocaine, My Period is Not a Shame, that will definitely get your attention. So maybe there's some sort of lack when it comes to there as well. But I don't know. I will just keep trying. This was my 3rd time applying for the Michael Elias Award, and then it came out positive.
3rd time's a charm.
We are not giving up, but it's not always just about the awards. It comes with the accolades and then the recognition. But what is of importance to me is the impact I am making at the end of the day. And God being so good, anytime I touch on a story or highlight a problem, we get either organizations or individuals who want to come in and help. And that is always what I'm looking at achieving at the end of the day. It gives me so much satisfaction.
And if you're watching us on Facebook, you see some visuals of Godwin when he covered the morgue, Troubled Morgue it's called. In fact, today we'll play it in honor of this award. For those of you who haven't had a chance to see it, to listen or follow along, we'll give you that treat today. So that you can see the good work, in fact, the great work that Godwin does. Time check, it is some 25 minutes to the top of the hour, 8 a.m. You're still live here on 3FM Sunrise, on 3FM 92.7, and we're speaking with Godwin Asedeba. He is the 2025 recipient of the Michael Elliott Award for Excellence in African Storytelling. Woo, it's a mouthful, and we're so proud of him. Godwin, the saying is that iron sharpens iron. It is such a privilege, such an honor to work with individuals who are so driven and so passionate about the work that they do. You know that the love is deep. I love what you do.
Thank you.
And you're on to greater and greater heights. These are the colleagues that inspire you. Inspire you to also give off your best and do what you do. And like I said, we'll be playing some of that. In fact, can we hear a little bit of that this morning before we say goodbye to Godwin? Take a listen.
For the umpteenth time, mortuary attendants have gone on strike to demand better conditions of service. The General Secretary of the Mortuary Workers Association of Ghana, Richard Jordan, revealed that some attendants at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital are developing serious health complications, with others losing their lives.
Serious. We've lost over 30 in a year. Kolebu has lost 3 people in just this year. They're all dying everywhere. So many mess. So everybody is sick at the mortuary. In fact, there's nobody I can say is physically fit. If we should do a test on all of them now, I can tell you, is either the person is visually going impaired, is either the person is actually having a problem with his waist because of the lifting of the legs, or the person is having some kind of kidney problem, or maybe some lungs problem. We are working in very unconducive environment which is not fit for purpose. Many of them have been neglected beyond human use.
Back inside the Kolebu mortuary, Kawe, not her real name, now in her 11th year as a mortuary attendant, continues to face stigma and isolation.
Yeah, Brankasa. So someone will pass away, if whether it's HIV, tuberculosis, you don't know what kind of sickness is taking this person to his early or his grave. But that's your work for you to do. So please, the governments to come to our head and listen to us. We have tried to talk to them severally, but no response.
The smell in here is absolutely unbearable. You can't be able to stay around for more than a minute. Now, it is alleged that the wastewater from the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, together with its morgue, flows through its channels where it finally passes through this bigger drain which connects to the Kole Lagoon and finally settles in at the sea. This is unhealthy and poses serious health risk to the populace.
For the
And that was Godwin Asideba doing what he does best. So with this particular ward, let me ask again, do you submit a number of stories? How many do they
Just
ask
one.
you? Oh, just one.
Just one story.
You just need one story.
Yes.
And this is the one
Yes.
that clinched you the award.
When I was about submitting, it was between this story and then Dreams in Shambles. I don't know what it is about that story, but I am emotionally attached to it. Maybe because it has to do with children, but yeah, it took me a long time to decide, and then I went for this. Yeah.
And this was what clinched the deal. Well, again, Godwin, we're proud of you. In June, when you're going, don't be surprised if your cargo is a bit heavier. I might have found my way
Somewhere in there.
into your bag. You didn't tell us what the cash prize was, but that's okay. Off the record, we can jaw and decide how we split it accordingly. But what's on the bill for the weekend? Because you work hard, but you play hard. Is that
That's
the secret
true.
formula?
You don't need to let people know that because my Snapchat family is like,
Oh, are we a private family on the Snapchat, or is it a public one?
No, there's a public one and also a private one.
Oh, I've let the cat out of the bag. I should keep quiet on the private side.
You understand?
Surely,
yes.
surely. Sixtus is jealous. We'll give you the code to the private one.
It's not a lot of people who get to see that side of me.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but I believe that once you work hard, you should have fun as well.
Absolutely.
Like sisters was saying, we are just humans. We live one. So why not work hard, play hard, do everything together, and don't make things too hard for you. Don't take life too seriously. I believe anything can happen at any point. There are times I go to places where I'm working on stories and I'm like, anything can happen to me in here, but I so just keep the passion high. The vim is always there to get things done, and at the end of the day, God being so good, everything comes out perfectly and people love it as well. So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Godwin, have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Helen. You too.
People outside in such
For up next, Oreku, grab the microphone for me. As you know, our Fit Start Challenge is coming to a close, and I've been going face to face against a certain comfort. Okran, has she told you that she has been defeated?
They are losing.
They've lost.
I've been hearing different stories at home.
I'm sure you have. It's been very, very exciting, though. Your mother is fit, very strong woman.
Yeah, she's been training for years.
Yeah. I am impressed. Yeah. Although I think it's your little brother has been coming for you. They don't come for training.
I'm in a separate regime, so I'm not.
Which regime are you on?
I'm now building up.
Azaso. Sports is up next.
Good morning and welcome to the sports segment here on Sunrise with me, Oreku Ampofo. Coming up in the next few minutes, we'll be bringing you the latest in the world of sports. And news just coming in is that Liverpool fans can finally breathe as Mohamed Salah has ended all speculation on his future after Liverpool confirmed that the Egyptian superstar has signed a new contract. Salah's contract had been due to expire at the end of the 2024-2025 season. However, he has now penned a deal which will keep him at Anfield until 2027. The Egyptian's extension stands as a major boost for Liverpool, who are currently heading towards securing their 20th Premier League title. And finally, Liverpool fans would know that their superstar would be staying beyond the summer. We'll be bringing you more reactions of that big contract extension on subsequent bulletins and on social media at 3 Sports as well. But let's move to the Ghana Premier League, where Accra Heart of Oak have extended the contract of goalkeeper Benjamin Asare until 2027. Asare's contract was expected to run out at the end of the season. My colleague Mutala Yakubu provides details in the following report.
Accra Heart of Oak have extended the contract contract of goalkeeper Benjamin Asare until 2027, and that could be Hartlepool's own way of tying the goalkeeper down to ensure that when a good offer comes in for him, he would be allowed to go, and Hartlepool would also get some substantial amount of money. Remember that Benjamin Asare recently made a name for himself when he was imposed for Ghana in the 2 World Cup qualifiers that we played against Chad and Madagascar, where he received praises not from just his teammates but the entire populace in the country. So Hartlepool have now tied him down to 2027, and there were rumors that clubs from North Africa like Raja Casablanca were all in for his signature. Then Hartlepool can now put a smile or wear a smile and be comfortable knowing that if Benjamin Asare should move, they are going to get a good offer.
Elsewhere in the Ghana Premier League, Mediama are up against high-flying Dreams FC and Tarkwa later on Friday. Mediama are unbeaten at home in the league throughout 2025 and will be hoping to continue their impressive form. Ahead of the game, coach of the side, Ibrahim Tanko, says he's looking forward to maintain his team's home momentum.
Very serious, like you said, and we want to keep our momentum at home. And when you look at the away matches we lost, we were the better team, but definitely... and we didn't score goals, so we lost that one. But as you said, we are playing against a team that haven't lost their game, I think 6 or 7 games, and they are coming with a very confidence. But as you said, and we are also here and home, and we want to keep our momentum, and definitely this is what we are going to do.
Now to the camp of Dreams FC, who have been on an impressive run since the commencement of the second round of the league. After initially struggling in the first round of the league, Dreams have now accumulated a massive 21 points in their last 10 games, pulling them clear of the relegation zone. When it comes to the form table, they lead as well after the last 5 games. My colleague Mutala Yakubu highlights a number of factors that he believes has been contributing to the revival of the Still Believe boys.
I think they are now a united force. They are playing for each other. And you can see that when the league went on a bit of a hiatus after the Inswatre incident, they sat back and re-strategized on how to lift themselves out of the relegation zone. And it's working for them perfectly. One thing that I would credit Karim Zito for is also getting the best out of his goalkeeper, Gideon Isiako. In their last 6 games, he's kept 5 clean sheets. I watched him against Hartlepool, and I can tell you for a fact, even though, they got an early goal, Isiako was the reason why they were able to beat Hartlepool. And check from that game, after that Hartlepool win, they've had consistent results. Joseph Eso, formerly of Accra Hartlepool, has also been able to replace John Entry very, very well. You know the experience that John Entry had helping Dreams FC in the CAF Confederation Cup. We thought that when John Entry left the club for that Libyan outfit, it was going to be missing at Dreams FC. But no, Joseph Eso has replaced him very well, and he's brought his experience to bear and helping Dreams FC. For me, I can see a very determined, united side who are very resolute. If they don't score, they don't allow you to score. And Karim Zito has been able to get the best out of some of these young guys, especially Mesbah, who was playing for, Still Believe in Dreams FC as academy side, comes into the senior team, getting games and performing week in, week out. I will give the credit to Karim Zito. He's an experienced tactician, so I am not surprised.
Let's head to Europe now, where Andrew Onana's blunders cost Manchester United a win against Olympique Lyonnais in the first leg of the Europa League. The goalkeeper was at fault for 2 of the French side's goals, and after the game, his manager Ruben Amorim admitted he was disappointed with the result, but avoided singling out the Cameroonian goalkeeper.
Of course, we are really disappointed. We should have take the 1 goal advantage to the next game, but we have our the next game in our home, and we'll try to win that game. Important is to focus on the next game, on the next game for the league, and then think about the second leg against Lyon. When one player has a mistake, all the team has a mistake. So we continue like that.
Meanwhile, Tottenham Hotspur fought from behind to secure an important draw against Eintracht Frankfurt in the other Europa League game. Head coach of the London-based club, Postecoglou, was pleased with his team's resilience.
frustrated by the result, obviously. But yeah, I thought the performance in general was really, really good by the boys. We obviously conceded early, which wasn't ideal, and it was a fair strike by the lad. And I thought our response to that was really good. We stayed in control. We scored a good equaliser, and we made them work hard in the first half. So we kind of knew that second half, with our ability to break teams open, we'd put them under pressure, and it's exactly what happened. And the boys did everything right. I can't ask any more of them. I mean, I think we hit the crossbar 3 times. The keepers pulled off some amazing saves, and Softno had a couple of good opportunities as well. So on any other night, we'd have a comfortable victory. But I still think if we can perform like that over there, and there's no reason why we can't, then we'll still give ourselves a good chance.
Away from the Europa League to the Conference League, where Chelsea defeated Legia by 3-0 in the first leg of the Conference League quarterfinals. Head coach of the Blues, Enzo Maresca, says that he was extremely thrilled with the performance and the victory.
Good win. I think second half we were a little bit better. First half we struggled a little bit. We had some good moments, but we struggled a little bit more. Overall, I think has been a good professional performance. Second half, we were a little bit more quick also in the transition. That is important, and yeah, we are happy. I think in the last 7-8 games, we had many clean sheets, and this is the way to win games, because at the end, if you don't concede, you have more chances to win the game.
That was Enzo Maresca bringing an end to the sports segment here on Sunrise. My name is Helen Appiah-Ampofo. You can get some more sports updates on our social media handles at 3SportsGH and also on 3News/sports. Sunrise continues right after this.